Hey everyone, welcome back to the Grit Daily Like a Boss podcast. I'm your host, Loralyn Mears, and today we've got Nadia Okhunova. She's joining us live from the city, New York City specifically, as she's just headed over here stateside after founding her agency, K917 Marketing Agency in Moscow. One of the things that's really interesting about Nadia Okhunova is that she's kind of ahead of the curve and on trend that you're seeing with a lot of folks today in and around the concept of polywork. She's associated with Unicorex, Les Jardins des Traitats, iWeekender, Kividat Digital Agency, and numerous other groups and projects as she's in the process of putting more of her time and to focus on K917 Marketing Agency. She still has the opportunity to work with so many clients around the globe. So with that, please welcome Nadia.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, it's always fun, especially with folks like yourself that I said are really on trend and doing things that not everybody else is doing. It hasn't become quite conventional. And I'm speaking of polywork. Do you want to tell us a little bit about some of the companies and projects that you have access to and how you keep it all together and balanced?
Yes, of course. So my co-founder and I are founded a digital media agency, K917, in Moscow, like about 4 years ago. And now we are going to expand the business to the international level. And we both started as a freelancers before, and then we managed so many clients by ourselves, and it became so difficult. So we decided to build our own team and open our own agency. And we focus on startups and new products. And as you mentioned, we already have worked with a few companies in Europe, like Les Jardins des Traitats. It's a beautiful public art garden in Normandy, France. And now I'm studying in New York on a business program, and I really see like a potential here for us. And also a lot of our clients actually want to launch their business in the US soon. So we are some kind of a bridge between these two markets and cultures. Yes.
So K917, you're talking about, it as a digital marketing agency and being able to bridge not only, I guess, a lot of intercultural needs and international branding needs, but are there other things that make your marketing agency different from everyone else's?
I believe so. So we do full cycle of marketing, starting from social media, photo, video production, branding, strategies, and so on. But I feel like our main focus and what makes us different is collaborations between brands. So collaborations became huge in so many ways. And I see that it's one of the most effective tools in marketing now that can help to get a new audience or build a good reputation for your business and just create a new product in a co-brand with other companies. So the coolest thing in collaborations is that you can mix different industries as long as they have the same audience and create products together. Like, for example, we did a few projects for our client, Raw Life. It's a food company, and they produce this raw protein bars and healthy snacks. So we made these raw bars with different tastes and branding with a sport brand like Puma or a technology company like Samsung. And another good example that you can find here in the US, it's Uber and Spotify, who created a playlist for the customers. It's also a collaboration between two brands. Or the most common example of collaborations might be fashion brands with artists like Nike and Kanye West. I think is the most famous one. So yeah, and collaboration became a lifestyle and a part of my work strategies. Even the principles of our company are based on collaborations because we have a core team, but for each project, we kind of build a new team and invite new people. I also introduce companies to each other or just people to each other so they could work together and create new amazing products. And I strongly believe that only in collaboration we can create meaningful things. Yes. What else? I think a corporate culture is also what makes us different. because I strongly believe that freedom is a value that helps people to work and be productive on a daily basis. So we have no office, people can work from different cities and even countries. They can even do side projects as long as they deliver good results to our company. And we have started doing this way before the pandemic. So everyone is fully responsible for their own part in business. And the key for me is to hire professionals and trust them without controlling every step. That's what I didn't like in corporate world. And that's why I decided that my company will be different. Here, I actually follow the culture of Netflix and sociocracy as well.
I love when brands do these mashups together. It's a whole new layer and opportunity for innovation. So I think that's kind of fun. I love the examples that you highlighted. Nadia, I think a lot of our listeners would be curious, as I know I am. Are there a couple of key differences in marketing products to the Moscow audience versus, New York City and the American audience? What are the top differences that come to mind?
The top differences, let me think about. I feel like honestly, when I came to the US and started studying here, I feel like we are actually the same. I mean, in terms of the branding and the creative part. So it's kind of hard for me to find differences. But do you mean differences in what audience prefer in Moscow rather than here in the US?
Sure. I mean, we know that all people are people, and the more that we respect these differences, the better off we are towards intercultural cohesion and all that. But I'm just curious, like, are there differences? Maybe people are more the same than you'd think, especially with an appetite for consuming content that's being marketed to them. Just anything you wanted to share.
I think it's actually not about people, but the way how people work in my industry, in marketing industry. And I see that in the US, it's more creative.
So let's think about your wild and craziest vision of success for K917. What does that look like?
For me, in the international market, like fully working in the international market with the big brands, because I want to do video campaigns for fashion brands. And we also help startups to develop and launch them in the international market. So just seeing the success of our clients would be also very great thing to me as a goal as a result for our company.
What do you wish that someone told you before you got into this? What do you know now that you didn't know then?
Oh my God, yes. So I wish that someone would tell me that making your own business and startups, it's everything is changing every day, and you just need to adjust to it and always be creative. And don't be scared that your vision and your strategy doesn't work. It's okay. You got to come up with a new one.
Yeah, that's all. As a founder myself, I mean, it seems like everything is on fire every day. And it's a matter of which fire do I put out first? Well, put out the one that's the raging inferno, that's the most likely to scorch me, and then let the other ones burn until tomorrow, right?
Yes, that's totally right.
Tell us about the hardest thing that you've ever had to do, whatever you feel comfortable sharing.
I would say it's not the hardest thing, but it was the most challenging thing. Moving to the US by myself and still be on top of my company in Russia, that was really challenging, but it gave me so much more than I could expect. So it's definitely worth it.
And maybe you'd have some tips for our audience, for those people that are embracing a polywork lifestyle. Can you share anything that could help them out?
Yes, of course. I think you really need to be good with your time management. And first, it could feel like you can't manage all this project just like in one day. So, but actually, you can just limit your time and give some time to each client. Let's say you have like 2-3 clients, and just work with one of them like for 2 hours, and another 2 hours work with another one. I mean, just like switch from one project to another. And sometimes you can work with one project for the full day, and next day you can switch to another project. So that's the way how I work and how I can manage all this like different projects at the same time. And it's absolutely possible. And just give yourself some time to adjust, and you will feel like that you are capable of doing a lot of things, because the more you do, the better you do, and you don't have limits. Believe me.
Oh, absolutely. I use time blocking as an approach as well. And the Pomodoro method, 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off, that kind of thing, and switching it up. It really makes a difference, but you've got to be militant about it. You can't let anything distract you. If another client or something else calls, it's like, nope, this is not your hour. You've got to do it.
Yes, of course. And yeah, you're totally right. Just also give yourself some breaks. And now I also follow this rule. I work for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and then I give myself a break for, let's say, 5 minutes, and then I go back to work. And it helps me to work more productively, because I feel like these people who are multitasking, they just can't sit, for like hours and working on one project. We need to switch really often during the day. That's what makes us multitasking.
No, for sure. And so now changing gears a little bit, if I gave you a magic wand, Nadia, and I said, you get to go back and undo one mistake.
Okay, that would be nice. But honestly, I don't want to change anything in my life, because I feel like it leads me to what I become, who I became. But however, I would say to be more risky and change jobs quickly if I don't like the job. And same with the boyfriends.
That's the best advice I've heard. Change them up. You don't like them. Next.
That's true, because why just waste your time?
Oh, exactly. Right. We all should be beholden to such an approach and just say, yep, it's not working for me. This person, this job, this whatever no longer serves me. Onward. Right. That'd be just the best way to approach things and approach life. I love it. Love it, Nadia. All right. Turning the tables here. How can our audience help you or help K917 marketing?
I would love more people to know about our business and what we can do and all the projects that we did. And also, I just love to share with everyone. And I want to make people believe that they themselves can open their company if they want. And I just want to inspire people as well. And maybe someone would like to work with us. That also would be great.
Okay, we'll let people know about that. Last question. If I got a peek into your closet and there was one pair of shoes that best represented your personality, describe that pair of shoes to us. Are they boots, stilettos, sneakers, flats, something else? Talk to us about that pair of shoes and why they fit your personality.
Well, my personality is always changing. And now I feel like I'm more Birkenstocks or Tevas, because it's summer, it's super hot, and I just want to be comfortable with everything I'm doing, and definitely Tevas or Birkenstocks.
Oh, that's the way, right? And you get to be able to keep running and move at very, very high speeds, which you need to do when you're downtown Manhattan. It's not a town that moves slowly. You got to keep up with everybody else.
Of course, that's what I do.
Okay, perfect. So thank you so much to our guest here today, Nadia Okhunova, co-founder of K917 Marketing and someone who's helping blaze that path on polywork, embracing it as a whole lifestyle and leading a whole next generation in of how to work with multiple clients and take their brands internationally. Thank you, Nadia.
Thank you so much. Good luck to everyone.
And how about that fantastic intro by Touch Circle?